Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling at the moment? Today's topic is on how to gain satisfaction out of life. And now this is something that most of us have struggled with at some point, where things just don't feel as meaningful. You feel a bit demotivated, a bit discouraged, and sometimes we end up feeling a bit empty and like we just don't have value or purpose, and it can cause a lot of issues such as depression and anxiety, fearing that future outcomes will be just as disappointing or repetitive in the way that the pain from the past emulates itself into your present. It's so important that when you need to start getting more satisfaction out of life for your own mental health, for your own purpose, it's important to change your attitude first and foremost. If you have a bad attitude towards life, you're going to get more of that bad back into your life because you're just going to attract more of it and more of it. That's why it's important to change your mindset. Otherwise, you will expect to get disappointed. You will expect discouragement. And that's how you get dissatisfied. That's how you lose interest in living. Change how you approach problems and change how you problem solve as well. It's important because your attitude makes a massive difference on your mindset. And it's also important to change your mindset, because if you are constantly thinking in tunnel vision, in this narrow mindset that life is bad and things aren't going to work out for me, then you don't feel motivated to do anything to improve your quality of life, because you just expect the worst. And that's such a horrible thing to do, because then you lose more satisfaction and you just sort of get used to not feeling fulfilled or not feeling like you are growing within yourself. You just get used to being stuck in the same position, and then you don't feel like there's any satisfaction from life. So your mindset and your attitude play a huge role in becoming a little bit more satisfied with life. Because if you are negative, you're going to expect negative. Therefore, you're not going to be motivated to change for the positive. And another thing that causes unfulfillment in life is depression. And the longer we stay in this depression, because it just feels safe, we just reinforce it and reinforce it, and that further deepens the cycle of depression. And when we are depressed, we can't make meaning, and we feel empty, we feel there's no point, we have zero motivation, and we don't want to change, or we physically feel like we can't change. And that's when the depression intensifies. And if you don't challenge your depression and look for better things instead of looking for more depression, then you're going to stay depressed indefinitely. Even though it's tough, depression is tough, but you have to climb out of this deep, dark abyss. Even if you feel depressed from time to time, to be healthy, you need to be most of the time happy. And it's important that you focus on what you can create instead of what you can get. Because if you constantly focus on what you can get, then you'll just want more and more and more. But if you create something yourself, you have more appreciation, there's more fulfillment, more satisfaction, there's that dopamine boost that you've done something that brings you joy or fulfillment. And we really need to stop focusing on what we can receive, because then we will always want to receive. But if we start thinking creatively and what we can create out of life, then we will definitely get a lot more satisfaction out of life. And focus on your goals and consistent effort, because if you work on your goals every single day, that will bring you a sense of fulfillment. Even if the goal is not completed yet, just working on the goal incites a reward system in the brain. So your brain releases a lot more dopamine when you are completing a task or when you have achieved a goal. And that gives you a sense of purpose. And that helps with fulfillment and getting a little bit of satisfaction out of your fruition from all your hard work. And it's so important that you heal the inner relationship, because if you have a bad relationship with yourself, if you are very critical, if you are constantly calling yourself stupid, how can you feel joy? How can you feel fulfillment if you're constantly breaking yourself down? Because you might think, I don't deserve good things, and then you attract bad things because of that, and that leads to even more dissatisfaction. The inner relationship has a huge impact on our mental health, and if you cannot relate to yourself and you cannot get along with yourself and you cannot love yourself, you will feel unfulfilled, because we need that relationship with ourselves in order to have fulfillment and to have ourselves to back us up when we need to be strong and resilient. So it's really important in every case to heal the inner relationship first, because that's what's going to build your strength and shape you instead of break you. And then look forward to the future. Look forward to future prospects, opportunities, and heal from past experiences, because if you don't, you'll feel even more dissatisfied with life. And heal from the emotions that are associated to these experiences, because the more you let go, the more you can move on and the more you can create in your life. If you are held back by your past, you can't be creative because you can't grow. You're stuck with those traumatic images and feelings. So look forward to future prospects by changing how you relate to the past and how you process and deal with the past now. And focus more on achieving than wanting. Because if you focus on achieving, then you create your own vision, your own goal, and something you set for yourself. And you work through those limitations. And it's important that you don't focus on wanting, because if you focus on wanting too much, you're going to feel unfulfilled the whole time. No matter what you get, no matter what happens, you will not feel fulfilled. You might feel excitement and joy, but only for a brief time, and then it goes away. So focus more on achieving and obtaining than wanting. And you obtain through achievement. Remember, what we focus on, we feel. If you're going to focus on this dissatisfaction, if you're going to focus on these negative feelings, if you're going to focus on feeling empty and numb, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So it's very important that you change how you feel, how you approach things, your attitude and mindset, so that you can feel better. But it's not just about feeling better, it's doing better. But we tend to focus on our feelings quite a lot. And the more attention you pay to something, the stronger it will get, because you are reinforcing that neural pathway in your brain. And then change how you interpret situations and conflicts, and change how you internalize your reality. Because when our realities are distorted, we don't feel dissatisfied. And your past situations and the situations you are dealing with now and your conflicts and how you connect with people has a massive effect on how satisfied you are in life. Remember, internalizing your reality can also play a big role in how fulfilled you feel in life. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that stunning person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.